Hey everyone, welcome to 59 Tops Friday, presented by Wax Pack Wisdom, where we talk baseball history through the cards we love. My name is Jake T. O'Donnell. We built the iconic 1959 Topps baseball set, and in this series, we're going through every card to talk about the players, teams, and people who made up Major League Baseball in 1959. Today, we'll cover cards 194 through 201 in the set. Card number 194 belongs to Jim Brosnan of the St. Louis Cardinals. 1959 was his fifth season in the big leagues. Brosnan debuted for the Chicago Cubs in 1954, which turned out to be a lackluster year for him, coming in with an ERA of 9.45. He took some time off from baseball to serve in the United States military for 2 years, before returning to the Cubs in 1956. During his military service, he played for the military baseball team at Fort Meade. In addition to the Cubs, he played for the Cardinals, Reds, and White Sox. Brosnan was known by teammates as the Professor, as he was known to keep multiple books in his locker to read, sometimes during games, and he had a pipe that he would puff while reading. 1960 would prove to be his best year in the majors for the Reds, with an ERA of 2.36. His only postseason appearance came in 1961, where the Reds would go on to lose to the Yankees in the World Series. Brosnan became well known for a self-penned diary-style book titled The Long Season, which he published providing insight into his time in the big leagues. It was accepted as an authentic and honest account of what it was actually like to play baseball at the time, which was considered revolutionary in its era. He later published another book entitled Pennant Race, detailing his time in the 1961 World Series. Brosnan's writing is considered to be the gold standard of sports writing, even today. He died in 2014 at age 84. Card number 195 belongs to Rip Rapolsky of the Los Angeles Dodgers. 1959 was Rapolsky's seventh season in the big leagues. He was a right-handed hitting outfielder who spread his time in the major leagues between the Cardinals, Phillies, Dodgers, and Red Sox. He finished fourth in the voting for National League Rookie of the Year in 1953. Rapolsky never forgot that the Cardinals wanted him to play off-season ball in Venezuela in late 1956. Due to his mother-in-law's fall and subsequent injury, Rapolsky, who already had his plane tickets, had to decline the offer. This decision saved Rapolsky's life, because Charlie Pete was sent in Rapolsky's place, including being scheduled for the same flight Rapolsky would have taken. Pete tragically died, along with his wife and their children, when the plane crashed in South America. Rapolsky was on the 1959 World Series champion Dodgers and was traded to the Red Sox mid-season in 1960, where he hit a grand slam in Fenway Park in his first American League at-bat. After his MLB career ended, Rapolsky opened a cocktail lounge in St. Cloud, Minnesota, where he would regale any willing or unwilling patrons with stories of his time in the big leagues. Rapolsky was known as a gifted and chatty storyteller. He died in 1993 at the age of 64. Card number 196 belongs to Billy Moran of the Cleveland Indians. 1959 was Moran's second season in the big leagues. Moran, a right-handed hitting second baseman, spent non-consecutive years in the majors from 1958 to 1965, spreading his time between the Indians and Angels. He was a two-time All-Star both in 1962 when he hit .282 with 17 home runs. In 1962, 2 All-Star games were held, one of which was attended by President John F. Kennedy. After ending his MLB career, Moran went into the insurance industry, and he died on October 21, 2021, at the age of 87. Card number 197 belongs to Ray Semprock of the Philadelphia Phillies. 1959 was Semprock's second season in the big leagues. A right-handed pitcher, he spent multiple years in the minors before making his major league debut with the Phillies in 1958. He would go on to play for the Detroit Tigers and the Los Angeles Angels. After his career in baseball, he went on to work as a bar manager at his brother's Italian restaurant. As of this recording, Semprock is 93 years old, and he will turn 94 in January of 2025. Card number 198 belongs to Jim Davenport of the San Francisco Giants. 1959 was Davenport's second season in the big leagues. Davenport was a right-handed hitting infielder who spent his entire 13-season major league career with the Giants. His nickname was Peanut, or Peanuts, given to him by his grandfather. Davenport played football and baseball at the University of Southern Mississippi, where he gained the attention of the Giants organization. Davenport was a two-time All-Star, both in 1962. He won a Gold Glove Award that year as well for his great play at third base. He played 97 consecutive errorless games at third base, a record that would remain intact until the 1990s. After his major league career ended, Davenport stayed close to the game of baseball, spending time coaching in the minor leagues then coaching for the Padres. Davenport went on to manage the Giants for a season before going on to coach and serve in multiple roles in the Giants organization. In all, Davenport worked for the Giants in some capacity for a total of 51 years, including a front office position until his death on February 18, 2016. The Giants wore a patch on their uniforms in his memory during the 2016 season. Card number 199 belongs to Leo Kiley of the Boston Red Sox. 1959 was Kiley's sixth season in the big leagues. The path to the majors was an extremely unlikely one for Kiley. As a child, he was run over by a truck, which left him with broken kneecaps and a fractured pelvic bone. It was a question as to whether he would walk again, never mind pursue a baseball career. The accident ultimately only left Kiley with a slight limp and one leg a half-inch shorter than the other, which required a built-up shoe. Kiley would play a total of 6 non-consecutive seasons in the major leagues, including time spent serving in the military. He would spend the majority of his career with the Red Sox and end his big league career with the Kansas City Athletics. Kiley became known as Black Cat from his habit of taking a toy black cat to the bullpen with him during games. After his career in baseball ended, Kiley went on to work as a mechanic, a car dealer, and for a trucking company. Card number 200 belongs to National League President Warren Giles. 1959 was the 8th of his 18 seasons as president of the senior circuit. Giles worked in sports ownership and management as a young man in Illinois, and after years working in the minor leagues, got a call in 1925 from legendary baseball executive Branch Rickey, who asked Giles to be the general manager of the Cardinals' Double-A team. Giles later took over their Triple-A team and had a hand in developing several eventual MLB stars. After one season as acting International League president in 1936, Giles was offered the Cincinnati Reds general manager job. There, he helped guide the team to the NL pennant in 1940 and eventually became team president. When Commissioner Happy Chandler's contract was not renewed in 1951, Giles was in contention for the job, along with NL President Ford Frick. After a stalemate among the owners of over a dozen ballots, Giles stepped aside, Frick assumed the commissioner role, and a few days later Giles was installed as Frick's successor as NL president. While Giles was in the role, the NL saw an unprecedented run of relocation and expansion, with the Dodgers and Giants moving to California and the Mets and Colt 45s, later Astros, arriving on scene. The NL won 10 of 19 World Series titles while Giles was in charge. The Expos became MLB's first team in Canada in his final year as NL president in 1969. Giles passed away in 1979, and later that year he was posthumously inducted into the Baseball Hall of Fame. Card number 201 belongs to Tom Acker of the Cincinnati Redlegs. 1959 was Acker's fourth and final season in the big leagues. Acker was a right-handed pitcher who played his entire career with Cincinnati from 1956 to 1959. Like many major league players during this time, his career was delayed by military service in the 1950s. Acker remained active in minor league baseball for a few seasons after leaving Major League Baseball, both as a player and then as a manager. After leaving baseball, Acker went on to work at a racetrack due to his interest in horses, where he worked until his retirement. Acker died in 2021 at the age of 90. That's going to do it for this edition of 59 Tops Friday on Wax Pack Wisdom. Do you have a story about one of the people, players, or teams we discussed today? Let us know in the comments. We'd love to hear it. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a like and subscribe to our channel so you don't miss any of our Wax Pack Wisdom content. In the video description, you will find our source material for this episode, links to where you can follow us on all social media channels, as well as a list of our favorite nonprofits and charities. Please consider a donation to one of them if you enjoyed this content. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you next time on Wax Pack Wisdom. Take care.